Mayor LaToya Cantrell's former bodyguard, Jeffrey Vappie, pleaded not guilty to conspiracy and wire fraud charges this morning. Vappie and the mayor are accused of using taxpayer money to travel and then covering it up to maintain their romantic relationship. We turn now to WWL Louisiana Chief Investigator David Hammer with the very latest from federal court. Hey there, David.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, 2 days after Mayor Cantrell walked into the federal building behind me and pleaded not guilty to the 11 of 18 counts that she's facing, her co-defendant, Jeffrey Vappie, came in today and pleaded not guilty to the 7 additional counts that he was charged with on conspiracy and wire fraud charges. It was a vastly different scene from what we saw Wednesday when 2 cameramen fell in a crush of media as Mayor Cantrell walked in silently. Today, Vappie's defense attorneys Harry Rosenberg and Sean Clark stopped to make statements defending their client and strongly proclaiming his innocence. Take a listen now to Clark.
Jeff Vappie is collateral damage in a long federal investigation of the mayor. And so after nearly 3 decades as an esteemed police officer, he stands accused of federal crimes that could send him to prison. But contrary to the U.S. Attorney's rhetoric, what the government has charged Jeff with are matters of personal conduct.
Now, I'm joined now by my fellow investigative reporter, Mike Pearlstein. He's been covering this case involving Jeffrey Vappie from the beginning. And we heard Sean Clark say here that he's being charged with matters of personal conduct, not crimes in his estimation. What do you make of that?
Well, first of all, pretty remarkable comments from a defense attorney, and as you pointed out, much different than what we heard from Mayor Cantrell's attorneys when she was here on Wednesday. What that signals, both the phrases collateral damage and personal conduct, give a little bit of a preview of what their defense might be, hinting that they may actually give further details about the nature of this relationship.
Yeah, and he's saying also, because Mayor Cantrell was told to not have any further contact with her co-defendant, Jeff Vappie, but they seem to be saying here that they're going to have to acknowledge this personal relationship in order to have a defense here.
Right, and you know how that plays out, they could be aligned when it comes to a defense, or we heard the possibility of maybe very different defenses. We heard the phrase from Sean Clark, collateral damage, of an investigation, a long-running investigation into the mayor, and now they present him as collateral damage in what was really involving the mayor. And you know, you've covered this extensively. We know that the investigation of the mayor is ongoing. There are other elements besides the relationship with Vappie.
Right, and we heard him say that he was loyal to this mayor, which would imply he's her subordinate and he was just following orders. Could be one of his defenses. That would not necessarily be her defense.
Exactly. And what we also heard them say is that they are eager to go to trial. They are eager to tell the rest of their story. They weren't about to do it beyond the preview they gave us on the sidewalk out here. Yeah. But that is also a signal that we're not likely to see a plea bargain. When you have co-defendants, there's always the opportunity for one to flip and testify against the other. At least they signal today that that is right now not happening.
Right. So we'll send it back to you, Mike, from federal court in New Orleans. They are standing firm and ready to go to trial whenever that might be. Set now for January, but that's sure to move into the future.
All right, David and Mike, thank you for that insight there. We, of course, will continue to follow Vappie and Mayor LaToya Cantrell's federal court cases. We will bring you the updates in our later newscasts as well as online on our website and social media pages.